The sun hung low in the sky, casting an orange glow over the city as people went about their daily lives. Suddenly, everything changed. A loud rumble filled the air, and the ground shook beneath their feet. Looking up, citizens were met with a terrifying sight, a massive fleet of alien ships descending from the heavens, their dark silhouettes blotting out the sun. The Galactic Empire had arrived. In the heart of the city, panic spread like wildfire. People ran through the streets, shouting and screaming, desperate to escape the unknown terror above. Store owners locked their doors while parents clutched their children tightly, trying to shield them from the chaos. As the ships hovered ominously in the sky, the leaders of Earth watched in horror from their command centers. Among them was Dr. Emily Carter, a brilliant scientist known for her innovative mind. She had dedicated her life to studying the stars and preparing for any threats that might come from them. Now, she stood with a group of military leaders, staring at the holographic display showing the alien fleet. It was far larger than anything Earth had ever seen. "We need to act fast," Dr. Carter said, her voice steady despite the fear in her heart. "If we don't find a way to defend ourselves, we won't survive this." General Mark Thompson, a seasoned soldier with years of experience, nodded gravely. "We need a plan, and we need it now. What do we know about them?" Dr. Carter quickly began typing on her tablet, pulling up data on the Galactic Empire. "They're known for their advanced technology and overwhelming numbers. They won't hesitate to destroy us if we get in their way." The tension in the room grew as they realized the odds were stacked against them. The alien ships had begun to emit strange signals, and it seemed they were preparing for an attack. General Thompson turned to his team. "We have to warn the public and prepare our defenses. Every second counts." As the military scrambled to mobilize forces, Dr. Carter had a different idea. She had been working on a secret project in her lab, something that could change everything. It was a device that could manipulate probabilities, turning the unlikely into reality. If they could harness its power, they might stand a chance against the invading force. "General, I have something that might help," she said, her voice rising above the chaos. "It's a probability manipulation device. If we can use it effectively, we can influence events in our favor." General Thompson raised an eyebrow, intrigued. "Can it really work? Can we change what happens in battle?" Dr. Carter nodded. "Yes, but we need to test it first. If we can create a situation where their weapons fail or their ships malfunction, we could turn the tide of the battle." The general considered this for a moment, then made a decision. "All right, let's gather a small team and get to your lab. We need to see if this device can really do what you say." They moved quickly, assembling a group of skilled scientists and soldiers. As they raced through the city streets, the sight of the alien fleet above sent chills down their spines. The reality of the situation hit hard. They were fighting for their lives. Arriving at the lab, Dr. Carter activated the device. It hummed softly, its lights flickering as it came to life. "If we can create a test scenario, we can see how it works," she explained. The team set up a simulation, imagining a battle where the alien ships fired upon Earth's defenses. As they initiated the test, everyone held their breath. Would it work? Suddenly, the device began to glow brighter. On the screen, they watched in awe as the simulated alien ships malfunctioned, their weapons failing just as Dr. Carter had predicted. The room erupted in cheers, but the celebration was short-lived. They knew this was just the beginning. As the team prepared for the real battle ahead, the reality of their situation loomed large. The alien empire was not just a threat. It was a powerful force that would stop at nothing to conquer Earth. But with the probability manipulation device in their hands, the humans felt a flicker of hope. "Let's show them we're not going down without a fight," General Thompson declared, his determination igniting the team's spirits. They were ready to face the unknown, armed with their wits and newfound technology. As the alien ships loomed ominously above, the humans stood united, ready to defend their home. The battle for Earth had begun, and they would fight back with everything they had. The atmosphere in the lab buzzed with excitement and anxiety. Dr. Emily Carter and her team gathered around the probability manipulation device, its lights flickering and humming softly. The recent success of their simulation had given them hope. But the reality of the alien threat still loomed large. They needed to test the device in a real scenario before the inevitable battle began. "All right, everyone, listen up," General Mark Thompson said, his voice firm but encouraging. "We have a chance to turn the tide in our favor. but we need to be careful. This device is powerful, and we must use it wisely. The team nodded, understanding the stakes. They had to prove that the device could change the course of a battle. Dr. Carter stepped forward, her mind racing with possibilities. We need to create a test that closely resembles a real battle situation. I suggest we simulate an alien attack on one of our defense bases. The team quickly set to work, setting up the simulation. They designed a scenario where the alien fleet would target a key military base equipped with Earth's best defenses. As they prepared, tension filled the air, but the promise of what lay ahead fueled their determination. Once everything was in place, Dr. Carter activated the device. It glowed brightly, casting an eerie light over the lab. "This is it," she said, her heart pounding. "Let's see if it works." As the simulation began, the team watched intently on the large screen. The alien ships appeared, flying toward the defense base with deadly precision. General Thompson felt a surge of anxiety. Would their plan succeed? Dr. Carter focused on the device, adjusting the settings. "We need to manipulate the probability of their weapons malfunctioning. If we can make that happen, it could give us a chance to fight back." The device hummed louder as Dr. Carter worked, the lights pulsing in time with her commands. Suddenly, explosions erupted on the screen. The alien ships began to lose power, their weapons failing just as they had in the earlier simulation. The room erupted in cheers, but Dr. Carter remained focused. "We're not done yet. Let's push it further." As the team watched, the alien ships struggled to stay in formation. One by one, their weapon systems shut down. "It's working!" someone shouted, but Dr. Carter's expression turned serious. She knew that while this was a victory in the simulation, the real battle would be far more unpredictable. "Let's run a few more scenarios," she said. "We need to understand how far we can push this device before it backfires." The team quickly adjusted their parameters and began the next round of tests. As they continued to manipulate probabilities, they faced unexpected challenges. In one simulation, instead of the alien ships malfunctioning, their own defense systems began to fail. Alarms blared in the lab, and the team scrambled to regain control of the device. "Emily, what's happening?" General Thompson shouted, concern etched on his face. "I don't know. I need a minute," she replied, her fingers flying over the controls. After a few tense moments, she managed to stabilize the device, and the alarms fell silent. The team took a deep breath, realizing how delicate their situation truly was. "Every action has a reaction," Dr. Carter explained, her voice steady. "We need to be cautious. The more we manipulate the device, the more unpredictable things become." General Thompson nodded, absorbing her words. "We have to find a balance. We can't afford to risk our own systems in the real battle." After several more tests, the team finally had enough data to prepare for the real scenario. They had witnessed the device's incredible potential, but also understood the risks involved. It was a powerful tool, but it required careful handling. As they wrapped up the testing session, Dr. Carter turned to her team, determination shining in her eyes. "We've made progress today, but we need to stay focused. The aliens are coming, and we have to be ready." The team gathered their notes, their spirits lifted by the success they had achieved. They knew the upcoming battle would be fierce, but they now had a fighting chance. The probability device could give them an edge, but it was their courage and teamwork that would truly make the difference. As they prepared to leave the lab, the reality of the situation weighed heavily on their minds. The fate of Earth was in their hands, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Together, they would fight against the alien empire, armed with their wits and the power of probability. The atmosphere was tense as the humans prepared for their first real battle against the Galactic Empire. Dr. Emily Carter and General Mark Thompson stood at the command center, reviewing the latest intelligence reports on the alien fleet. The massive ships still loomed above Earth, casting shadows over the land and spreading fear among the people. "We have to strike first," General Thompson said, determination etched on his face. "If we wait too long, we give them the chance to plan their attack. We need to use the probability device to create chaos in their ranks." Dr. Carter nodded, her mind racing with possibilities. "I agree. If we can disrupt their formation, we might have a chance. Let's aim for their command ship first. If we take that down, we can throw them into disarray." The team quickly mobilized, gathering the best pilots and soldiers. They explained the plan, emphasizing the importance of teamwork and communication. The soldiers nodded, their faces set with determination. They were ready to fight for their home. As night fell, the skies darkened and the alien ships began their movements. The humans took their positions, heartbeats quickening as they prepared to engage in the battle of their lives. Dr. Carter activated the probability device, its lights flashing as it hummed with energy. "Remember," she said to the team, "we are controlling the odds. Trust the device and trust each other." The first wave of Earth's fighters launched into the sky, engines roaring as they flew toward the enemy fleet. The sight of the alien ships was both terrifying and exhilarating. This was it, the moment they had been preparing for. As they approached the alien formation, Dr. Carter adjusted the device's settings. "I'm manipulating the probability of their weapons misfiring," she said, her fingers dancing over the controls. "Let's create some confusion." On the screen, the team watched as the probability device worked its magic. Just as the aliens fired their weapons, a series of strange malfunctions occurred. Lasers shot off course and explosions erupted among their own ranks. The humans cheered as the alien fleet faltered, caught off guard by the sudden chaos. "Now's our chance," General Thompson shouted, rallying his team. "Attack!" The Earth fighters dove into the fray, launching their missiles at the disoriented alien ships. One by one, they struck true, hitting their targets with surprising accuracy. The tide was turning, and for the first time, the humans felt a surge of hope. But as the battle raged on, the alien fleet began to regroup. They quickly adapted to the chaos, sending out reinforcements and firing back with renewed fury. Dr. Carter watched in alarm as the probability device began to flicker. "We need to keep it steady. If it overloads, we'll lose control." The soldiers fought bravely, but the aliens were fierce and relentless. Just when it seemed like victory was within their grasp, an alien ship targeted Dr. Carter's command center. A blinding beam shot toward them, and time seemed to freeze. "Brace for impact!" General Thompson yelled as the device hummed louder, responding to the intense situation. In a last-ditch effort, Dr. Carter willed the device to manipulate the probability of the beam missing its target. With a flash, the energy beam veered off course, striking a nearby alien ship instead. The explosion lit up the sky, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. The humans were stunned, but their moment of shock quickly turned into exhilaration. "It worked!" someone shouted in disbelief. Dr. Carter's heart raced as she realized the device had saved them once again. "Keep pushing! We can't stop now!" General Thompson urged, his voice strong. The soldiers rallied, their spirits lifted by the unexpected turn of events. The battle continued, and with each moment the humans found new strength. They coordinated their attacks, working together to exploit the aliens' confusion. The probability device was proving to be a game-changer, giving them the edge they needed. As the hours passed, the tide shifted further in favor of the humans. The alien fleet began to retreat, unable to withstand the relentless assault. Victory was within reach, and Dr. Carter and General Thompson exchanged proud glances, realizing they had turned the tide against the Galactic Empire. The battlefield erupted with cheers as the last of the alien ships fled. The humans had done the impossible. They had fought back and won. But as they celebrated, Dr. Carter knew this was only the beginning. The Empire would not give up easily, and they had to prepare for whatever came next. In that moment of triumph, they stood united, ready to face the challenges ahead. The probability device had given them a fighting chance, but it was their courage and teamwork that had truly made the difference. Together, they had turned the battle around, and together, they would continue to fight for their world. The victory celebration was short-lived. Though the humans had pushed the alien fleet back, Dr. Emily Carter and General Mark Thompson knew the Galactic Empire would not give up easily. In the days following their success, the aliens regrouped, and rumors spread that a massive counterattack was on the way. It was clear that the final showdown was approaching. As the sun rose over the horizon, the command center buzzed with activity. Dr. Carter studied the latest reports from their scouts. The alien ships were gathering in the depths of space, preparing for a massive assault. She turned to General Thompson, worry etched on her face. "We need to be ready. This time they will come at us with everything they have." General Thompson nodded, his expression grim. "We have one advantage. They don't know how we turned the tide in the last battle. If we can use the probability device again, we might catch them off guard once more." Dr. Carter agreed, but a nagging fear lingered in the back of her mind. "We can't rely solely on the device. It's powerful, but it's unpredictable. If we push it too far, it could backfire on us." The general took a deep breath, considering her words. "Let's set up a plan. We'll use the device to create confusion in their ranks, but we must also be ready for a direct fight. We can't afford to underestimate them again. With their plan in place, the team set to work. Pilots prepared their ships and ground forces fortified their defenses. Dr. Carter and her team worked tirelessly to fine-tune the probability device, ensuring it was ready for the upcoming battle. As the day of the showdown arrived, the atmosphere was electric with anticipation. Soldiers gathered in the command center, eyes filled with determination. "Today we fight for our home," General Thompson declared, his voice strong. "We've faced impossible odds before, and we can do it again. Together, we will defeat the Galactic Empire." The team erupted in cheers, their spirits high. But as they prepared to launch, Dr. Carter's heart raced with anxiety. She knew that this battle would determine the fate of Earth. When the order was given, Earth's forces launched into the sky, engines roaring as they headed toward the gathering alien fleet. The scene was tense, but the humans were ready. They were not just fighting for themselves, they were fighting for their planet. As they approached the alien ships, Dr. Carter activated the probability device. "Here goes nothing," she whispered, her fingers trembling over the controls. The device hummed to life, casting a bright glow in the cockpit. On the screen, they watched as the alien ships began to fire. But just as before, the device worked its magic. The energy beams veered off course, hitting each other instead. Confusion erupted within the alien ranks as their own ships collided. "Now's our chance," General Thompson shouted, rallying his team. "Attack!" The humans charged into the fray, firing their weapons with precision. The tide was turning once more, and the aliens struggled to regain control. But this time, the Empire was not going down without a fight. They quickly adapted, countering Earth's maneuvers and retaliating with fierce determination. Dr. Carter watched in awe and fear as the battle unfolded. The device was working, but it was also draining energy quickly. "We have to conserve power," she shouted over the comms. "If we lose the device, we're in trouble." Just as the humans began to gain the upper hand, a massive alien ship emerged from the shadows, more powerful than anything they had faced before. It fired a beam of energy that cut through the battlefield, destroying several Earthships in an instant. "Fall back!" "Fall back!" General Thompson commanded, urgency in his voice. The humans regrouped, but it was clear they were losing ground. The probability device flickered dangerously, struggling to maintain its power. "We need a new plan!" Dr. Carter shouted, her heart racing. "If we can distract that ship, we can focus our fire on its weak points." With no time to lose, General Thompson devised a strategy. "Let's split our forces. A small group will create a diversion, while the rest target that ship. We need to hit it hard." The pilots nodded, adrenaline pumping through their veins. They executed the plan flawlessly, splitting into two groups. The diversion team flew dangerously close to the massive ship, firing wildly and drawing its attention. Meanwhile, the main force concentrated their fire on the alien vessel's weak points. Dr. Carter focused on the device, willing it to enhance their attacks. The hum grew louder and the lights flashed brighter as she pushed its limits. With a final surge of energy, the probability device activated. The alien ship's shields flickered and failed, exposing its core. "Now!" General Thompson shouted, and the humans unleashed a barrage of missiles. The missiles struck true, hitting the core with a massive explosion. The alien ship erupted in a fiery blaze, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. The remaining alien forces were thrown into chaos, retreating in disarray. Dr. Carter felt a rush of relief as the humans emerged victorious. They had faced overwhelming odds and triumphed against the Galactic Empire. As they regrouped and cheered their success, she knew that the fight for Earth was far from over. But for now, they had won a crucial battle, and hope burned bright in their hearts. The air was thick with smoke and the remnants of battle as the humans celebrated their hard-fought victory. The skies, once darkened by the shadows of the alien fleet, were now clear. But amid the joy, Dr. Emily Carter and General Mark Thompson knew that the Galactic Empire would not simply accept defeat. They braced for what might come next. In the command center, the mood shifted from celebration to caution. The team gathered around the screens, watching as the alien ships retreated into the darkness of space. But the general's brow furrowed with concern. "We need to prepare for another attack. They may be regrouping, but we cannot lower our guard." Dr. Carter nodded, her mind racing. "We've shown them our strength, but we need to understand their next move. They might not come back with the same force, but they will be planning something. We need to be ready. Just as she finished speaking, a transmission pinged on the screen. The team fell silent as they saw an alien ship, smaller than the ones they had fought, emerge from the shadows. It bore a flag of truce, signaling an offer of communication. General Thompson raised an eyebrow. What do they want? Let's find out, Dr. Carter said, her curiosity piqued. She activated the communication channel, and soon the image of an alien commander appeared on the screen. His features were sharp, his eyes wide with a mix of fear and desperation. Humans, the alien commander began, his voice trembling. We come in peace. We request a ceasefire and wish to discuss terms. The room filled with murmurs of disbelief. General Thompson crossed his arms, skepticism in his eyes. Why should we trust them? They've just tried to wipe us out. The alien commander continued, his tone urgent. We are not here to fight anymore. The Galactic Empire has suffered great losses. We plead for mercy. We seek to negotiate. Dr. Carter watched the alien's face closely. She could see the fear etched in his features. What do you propose? She asked, her voice steady. We want to establish a truce, the commander replied. We can end the conflict and ensure the safety of both our peoples. We realize now that our methods have failed. We underestimated humanity's strength and unity. General Thompson remained skeptical, but Dr. Carter felt a flicker of hope. What assurances do we have that you won't attack us again? She pressed. The alien commander took a deep breath, his eyes pleading. We can offer our technology and resources. We will help you defend your planet from any future threats, including our own fleet if necessary. We seek only to coexist and learn from you. Silence filled the command center as the humans exchanged uncertain glances. This was an unexpected turn of events. General Thompson finally spoke, his voice firm but cautious. We will not accept a truce based on empty promises. We need proof of your sincerity. Then let me demonstrate, the alien said, his voice shaking slightly. We will dismantle our weapons. You will see that we no longer pose a threat. We only wish to save lives, yours and ours. Dr. Carter considered the situation carefully. If they accepted the truce, it could prevent further bloodshed. But if they were wrong, it could put Earth in danger once again. What do you think, General? She asked. He ran a hand through his hair, clearly torn. It's a risk, Emily. But it could also be an opportunity for peace. After a long pause, Dr. Carter took a deep breath. Let's give them a chance, but we will remain vigilant. We will not disarm until we are absolutely certain of their intentions. General Thompson nodded, though uncertainty lingered in his eyes. Fine, but if they pull any tricks, we will be ready. The alien commander visibly relaxed, relief washing over his face. Thank you, humans. We will keep our word. Let us work together to ensure a brighter future. As the transmission ended, the team let out a collective sigh. They had made a bold decision, one that could change the course of history. Dr. Carter felt a mix of hope and apprehension. Peace was a fragile thing, and it would take hard work from both sides to maintain it. In the days that followed, the alien commander and his team began dismantling their weapons, showcasing their commitment to peace. The humans monitored the process closely, ensuring that there were no hidden agendas. Slowly but surely, a sense of cautious optimism began to spread. As the two sides worked together, they began to learn from one another. The humans shared their technology, while the aliens provided insights into their advanced systems. Trust was built slowly, but it was a start. Dr. Carter and General Thompson often reflected on how close they had come to losing everything. The battle against the Galactic Empire had been fierce, but in the end, it was the willingness to seek understanding that forged a new path. The humans had shown strength in battle, but now they were showing strength in compassion. As they moved forward, they knew the journey was just beginning. Together, they would face challenges and strive for a peaceful coexistence. And perhaps from the ashes of conflict, a new alliance could be born, one that would change the galaxy forever.